A US transporter plane approaches Kabul airport through the late afternoon sun. Apache helicopters circling, watching the runway, checking if it's clear and if it's safe to land. Even a Reaper drone is dispatched to oversee the plane's arrival. But it isn't safe. Listen as it pulls away. Even the military can't land now. And this is why utter pandemonium on the entire airfield. Hundreds of Afghans, having breached all security, swarming around Air Force planes, attempting to clamber on board. They're desperate to get away from this country. Destination anywhere but here. Eventually, the plane did take off. We won't show the picture, but minutes later, 2 people fell to their deaths. It's chaos outside the terminal as well. Thousands have descended onto the airport road. It's clogged up with people and vehicles. Afghan army and the Taliban firing shots into the air, trying to push the crowds back. Other Talibs try their more traditional method of crowd control. If you do get past, this is what you can expect. The airport is surrounded by huge blast walls, but even here they clamber up, trying to make their way through gaps in the cement. The international airlift has been seriously compromised. Throughout the day, the sound of gunfire reverberated around us, and it's near. 2 Apache helicopters circled above, monitoring the source of the shooting, an overwatch of the mayhem below. At times, there was a clear exchange of fire, by whom remains unknown. There's a lot of gunfire outside the compound we're staying in. Helicopters have been up now for a while, providing cover. The Taliban are in the streets outside. It goes up to the civilian part of the airport. They're totally in control of this area. In contrast, the city proper remains remarkably calm. It's the usual result when the Taliban come to town, and have they come to town. The city is awash with Taliban fighters, and to all intents and purposes, they control all districts of Kabul. On street corners and at all intersections, they oversee Kabul's residents as slowly but surely the capital comes back to life after being deserted. It's still quiet by Kabul standards, but that is changing. What is striking is the amount of sophisticated equipment they have taken from the Afghan military. Rows of armoured personnel carriers, Humvees and trucks are parked on larger roads. The fighters patrol around town in their traditional pickup trucks, all armed to the teeth for a battle that in reality they have actually won. Other fighters pass through their checkpoints in their newly acquired vehicles. In groups, they were relaxed and happy to be filmed. 20 years ago, this would have been all but unthinkable, and certainly not without the permission of senior commanders. Qari Bashir, in his new Special Forces helmet, says people in Kabul are getting used to the idea of a new reformed Taliban. The truth is that thousands, maybe millions of Afghans and much of the international community don't believe they will have changed their ways or forgive people with links to foreign powers. They disagree. While the Taliban creates its new government and the world watches on, the effort to remove foreigners and their Afghan employees continues. The truth is that in this chaos, the foreigners will become a priority. And like Afghanistan itself, the Afghans will likely be left behind.